Welcome to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with intuitive lightworker, national speaker, metaphysical teacher, and best-selling author Lisa Kessler. What is it you want to manifest? Are you looking to increase your income, change careers? Maybe you want to manifest a new home or a new car. Are you ready to bring love into your life? You have come to the right place.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you're here today. I want to talk about challenges. Did you just tighten up? None of us want to hear about challenges when we're trying to manifest something, because while we want to change our life, we want it to happen instantly, exactly the way we had hoped, right? You want the winning lottery numbers and then boom, you have a lot of money. But the thing is that it's not realistic. You're almost as likely to win if you didn't buy a ticket. The odds are not that much different. But the thing about challenges is that they actually teach us and they help us grow. And sometimes the challenges are the universe course correcting us to get us to an even bigger miracle than what we had asked for. So when we talk about challenges, none of us is excited to have an obstacle thrown in our path. But the sooner you can flip your mindset to be, how will this help me grow? As soon as you do that, it changes all the energy in your body, and it also is working the law of attraction, right? Because we attract what we're putting off. So if you are putting off, how will this help me grow? What the universe will send you is the tools you need to grow, because that's what you're putting out into the universe. So if you think about our usual way of handling an obstacle or a challenge is maybe everyone handles them differently, but maybe you're someone who just shuts down. You just put your head in the sand and you just keep doing your daily chores and you don't look back and you hide from it. And it keeps growing. It hasn't gone anywhere, but you are not looking at it. Maybe you're someone who deals with the challenge that has come up as defeat. Maybe you're someone who says, well, I guess I'm never supposed to do that, and you just give up. Both of those scenarios end in you not getting your dream. And when I work with clients, we always build up your dream so that it's affecting every aspect of your life. You cannot live without that dream. And once you get it to that level, when those challenges come up, it's so much easier to go, how will this help me grow? How will this make my dream even better? I'm going to use the example of writing because that's, of course, something that I do. But when I wrote my first book, I edited it as best I could, and I went to a writer's conference and had editor agent appointments. And shockingly, I did get an agent. And for me, that was a big validation. I was like, okay, so this is the right path. I should probably take this back a step further. So I used to write for fun every night. I was heavily involved in my family's business. I worked there for 24 years selling hospital window shades that we made in our own textile factory. But I went to a trade show in New Orleans to sell window blinds to hospitals. But while I was in New Orleans, I went and got a palm reading at one of the shops there. And that was where someone changed my life forever, because at the end of our appointment, she said, "Can I ask you something?" And I said, "Sure." And she said, "Are you a writer?" And I laughed and I said, "No, I sell hospital window shades." And then I thought about it and I thought, well, I do write for fun. And she smiled and she said, "You are going to be a famous writer someday." And I thought, what? And that nudge, in 6 months, I had my first book written. I didn't even know if I could write a book. So now fast forward to that moment when I got the agent. Here's a spoiler alert, she was not my agent long term. But the second that I got the agent, it was the validation that I needed that, okay, I can write. This is a viable thing for me. And in the end, she did not work out. I rewrote the book and I continued submitting and getting rejection after rejection after rejection. In hindsight, when I look back at that time, those rejections not only set me up for being a professional writer, because you are going to get a lot of rejections. You are going to get bad reviews. There are lots of struggles in being a professional writer. But by getting all of those rejections, it only magnified that I was going to continue down this path and I was going to do it professionally. And I used to, any of the rejections that were obviously a personalized one, I always emailed back and thanked them for their time. Always. Because I was grateful for their time, even though the outcome wasn't exactly what I wanted. So by handling the challenge that way, when I did finally land my first book contract, I did it directly to the publisher without an agent. But when I went to a conference after my first book came out, I had a meeting with an agent who had rejected me before, but was very positive, and I had emailed her that thank you. At that conference, she actually pitched me because she read that book. She remembered my professional communications, and she told me what she thought we could do with my career. What? And all of that happened because those challenges taught me to not take it personally, to not allow or give my power to somebody else who I'd never met to take away my dream. So those were all things that I learned from those challenges. So in hindsight, I'm very grateful for the hard road that it was. Did I want it to be? No. But I recognized the universe was setting me up to make this a career, not a hobby. So what else can challenges do? They also can be course corrections. There were plenty of times when I thought it was all going to work out, and then it didn't. And then months later, reading Publishers Marketplace, I would see some kind of scandal and go, oh, I dodged that one, right? Thanks, universe. So we can all find situations like that in our lives, and they all come from challenges. You actually learn more from a challenge than you do from a success, usually. Although success feels much better, right? But I want to talk about a positive challenge. So next week, I am hosting my next 4-day manifesting challenge. It is free monetarily. Won't cost you any money, but it will cost you time. And the time is the investment that you are making in yourself to try a new way of thinking, to try a new way of manifesting. Instead of setting goals, building dreams. So many of my clients have come from these 4-day manifesting challenges. And the most common feedback that I receive is that when they invested in themselves, they finally found direction. Because so many of us, we have our basic needs for our human self that we need to take care of, rent and food and maybe a car payment. And sometimes we get stuck in that loop where we're just making money to pay those things and we have no forward-thinking vision. And when that happens, you aren't putting out anything positive to the universe for the law of attraction. So these 4-day manifesting challenges are 4 days where for just a small amount of time per day, you'll get a free workbook, and we meet on Zoom every night for about a half an hour. So doing the homework assignments in the workbook and coming to the Zooms, you might invest 4 hours in yourself in next week. But these 4 hours could change everything, and you are worth that time investment. So if you're willing to invest that time in yourself, it won't cost you any money. Just click the link in the show notes and sign up, register. I would love to work with you and see what your dreams can become, because this kind of challenge is something that will help you grow. It is not something that will make you depressed or uninspired. This is a positive challenge so that you can have growth, so that maybe you can see a new course forward, right? So I hope that you'll take me up on this positive challenge and click that link in the show notes and come join us for 4 days. You are worth the effort. You are worth the time. I believe in you, and I would love to see you there. Consider it your first step to your dreams.
Thanks for listening to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with Lisa Kessler. If you have questions or comments, or if you'd like to work with Lisa to manifest your dreams, you can connect with her through her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net. That's also where you can claim your free weekly tarot reading and manifesting tips. Make sure you subscribe or follow the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast on your favorite podcasting site so you never miss another episode. As Lisa likes to say, we can make magic when we bring the universe into the equation. Remember, you don't have to do it alone. If you'd like more information about Lisa, Metaphysical Manifestation Mentorship, or the Manifesting Magic Mastermind, visit her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net.